today we're having a conversation with Kathy Houston. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and dive in and then we're going to share this out everywhere. So, but let's get started with first welcoming you to today's conversation. It's the science of forming a new habit and how do we make it stick. And I'm so excited to have you here with us. And for those of you that don't know me, I am Carla Clayton and I help women over 40, 50, 60 to optimize their health, feel amazing, and live agelessly. And if you've ever struggled with making or forming or keeping your good habits, today's conversation is for you. I am thrilled today to introduce you to my guest, Kathy Houston. She's a life coach who specializes in helping women entrepreneurs and professionals unlock their potential using positive intelligence and neuroscience-based strategies. Kathy helps women identify their saboteurs, and those are those little voices in the back of your head that hold us back and teach us how to break free from them. She's here with some game-changing insights on how we can rewire our brains for success. So drop an emoji in the comments if you're watching live, and if you're catching the replay, type #replay so we know you stopped by. And also feel free to ask questions throughout, and we will do our best to answer them. So, Kathy, I want to get the conversation started because we all struggle at times with building habits around exercising or eating healthier or practicing more self-care or even things that have to do with work. But somewhere along the way, we lose that motivation. Why? And why is that? It's because habit formation, as you've taught me, is not just about willpower, but it's about how our brains are wired. So that's why I brought you in, because I know that you can help us to understand brain chemistry and how it affects our habits and how we work with our brains instead of against them. So I want to start out and ask you a question. How do we trigger those feel-good chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins to make weight loss, fitness, eating healthy, to make it more fun?
Well, hi, Carla. So thank you for having me. Hi, Smart Choices community. Hello. Thank you for listening. And that is the question of the day. So our feel-good chemicals turn healthy habits into something we actually look forward to. That is the trick, so to speak, for the brain. So the dopamine rewards our small wins. The serotonin keeps us balanced. And the endorphins give us that post-workout high feeling. So to get them flowing, we have to try a mix of things to do. We've got to do something enjoyable. We've got to have fun. We've got to dance around the kitchen, walk with a friend, try a fitness class you love. Don't forget laughter. Laughter is a game changer. Laughter is a natural mood booster that releases the feel-good chemicals and creates that sense of happiness. So it reduces stress, hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, our bad chemicals that have us hang on to fat. It reduces those, you feel more relaxed, and you have an overall sense of well-being. So repeating these healthy habits and rewarding yourself help rewire your brain.
Wow, that is really something that I experienced myself. So like with exercising or different things, is sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. And I find that what you're talking about today is a big thing for me that I don't do, is I don't celebrate my wins as often as I could, to really have that understanding that when I do something, even if it's a little, maybe it didn't meet my expectation of, this big grandiose plan, but those little small actions, they do add up. Yes. And I know that, and I teach that all day long, but it's that rewarding myself. I fall short in that. So I can definitely relate to that. So I'm looking forward to hearing some more tips on how we can set up some rewards for ourselves and get these brain chemicals going. So let's throw out another question for you. So we know dopamine is one of those brain chemicals, and it plays a big role in forming habits. How can our audience, our women that are working on being motivated for their self-care goals, how can they stay motivated? How do you use dopamine in particular?
Dopamine is your brain's cheerleader. So it
Mm.
gets released when you do something that feels rewarding. Yay, yay, go team, go. Like nailing a workout or prepping a healthy meal you actually enjoy. The trick is to create small wins like you were talking about, those small wins during the day, like checking off your water goal, finishing a short walk. Every time you hit a goal, dopamine gives you a little yay feeling. And so when we keep those motivations going, on our healthy habits, on our nutrition, on our workouts, on what we want to do, even in business, on a to-do list. Every time you hit the goal, the motivation keeps going. And you start to form that new pathway in your brain of a new habit. And you're rewarding it with the chemicals. So your brain's like, oh, I want to do this some more. Oh, I want to do this again. Oh, let's do this again. So the key is to celebrate even the tiniest victory to keep your motivation alive. So non-food rewards obviously would be better, right? So a cute new water bottle, workout gear, get a new pair of shorts, get a new shirt, get a new towel, get a new yoga mat, a kitchen gadget for you foodies who like to cook and prep and do your own food, buy that kitchen gadget. Bubble bath or face mask, those kind of self-care things. A visual tracker like school. Gold stars, gold stars. It works. And that's why they do it in elementary school. I don't know why we stopped doing it. We should keep doing it. Keep making your chart with a little gold star. You will, and when you get the end of the gold stars, get your next reward. Every time you put a gold star up there, it's that dopamine being released. And I don't know why we went away from our little elementary school charts. We should still have them as adults. It would really work.
I love that you brought that up because one of the things we do in our Smart Choices community is we do have these habit trackers. And each month we have like a different theme. And we have one coming up next month. It's going to be about getting 100 grams of protein in your diet daily. And we'll have a checklist. So we do have these habit trackers that we've been using in our community. And some people say they really love that because
Yep.
so just the act, because when you were first naming the list, I was thinking, but I don't want to buy something every time, right? That I mean, I like, things like that, those kind of gifts for myself, but not every single time I'm celebrating a small win, but just the act of doing a check mark gets the dopamine hit. And I like what you said is, well, maybe if once I get 10 check marks, then I go get a yoga mat or something that, I've been wanting to get for myself. So I really like that. That's a great tip. Do you have any other
Thank you.
tips for
Well,
dopamine?
that's, let's see, writing it down and then reflecting in a journal. So the
Mm,
two biggest things we can do is track it and write it in a journal. And that goes for everything in our life. So journaling is huge in forming new habits, tracking what you're doing, learning from what you're doing, expressing your gratitude. I cannot say enough about journaling. So you can buy journals, you can buy apps, you can download apps for free that give you prompts. Like a lot of people don't like to write. They're like, oh, what do I write? I don't know. You can get journaling prompts in software apps that asks you the questions of the day, like, what are you looking forward to today? What are you most excited about today? What's going to throw you off today? And what are you going to do about it?
mhm.
And then at the end of the day, how did it go? What are the three things you're most proud of? What are the three things you could have done better? All those things. So journaling is huge in any journey that we're on in personal development, whether to do with our health, our business plan, or trying to get our diets on track and get our healthy nutrition going.
Mhm.
So write it down.
I've used a couple of those, and you're reminding me. I was looking around to see if I had one. I've used Brandon Bouchard's. He's got one similar to that I used for a year. And then I also did one with Danielle Delgado, who also has one that's very similar to what you just described. But there are tons of them out there. So
Get one.
I
Do it.
do. And I've been recently using the one on my Apple phone that's just free. It's just there. And it'll pop up sometimes and go, do you want to journal about today? And so
Yep.
it's not as specific as some of those habit forming journals, which are gratitude based or action based. But that's
Yeah.
a great tip. Yeah,
But
excellent.
yeah, journaling is key.
Excellent. Well, let's move on and talk about another brain chemical, serotonin. So, I
Mhm.
was learning from you that serotonin's role is to help keep you balanced and committed.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit more about serotonin and how to activate that.
Serotonin is the calm and happy chemical. So we all want that, right? We all need more calm and we all want to be happy, more calm and happy. It helps you feel emotionally steady and less likely to give up.
Mm,
So on your goals, right? So this is actually a food essential item. We can get serotonin from our food. So
mm,
eating food which is rich in nutrients like omega-3s. So that's our salmon, tuna, chia seeds, walnuts, and vitamin B6, which is chickpeas, bananas, sweet potato, spinach, sunflower seeds, and pistachios. There's
mm,
more, but that's the basic list. Those are the
mhm.
ones I like, so I wrote them down.
Okay.
That's the food I like. Those can
Makes
all
sense.
boost those can all boost serotonin naturally in your body. And you can add some daily sunlight to help with that. And activities like yoga and journaling to keep you feeling positive and in control of your journey. So feeling in control gives us that calm, confident, competence feeling. And here comes journaling again. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a theme. So so journaling comes up again as helping to release serotonin in feeling calm and happy. So some diet ideas on that one, some actual nutrition goals.
Awesome. Well, I've been looking because I'm trying to manage all the tech here and trying to find the comments. And where I'm looking, there's no comments, but I just found the comments. We have lots of people watching. I just want to acknowledge Laura is here and she says hello, and Daphne and Dixie and Kamisha. So we've got some people listening. So guys, I can see you now. So write your questions in and I will get those questions over to Kathy. So, all right, we're
Oh, good
moving
in the
on.
chat.
Here we go. Daphne said she absolutely loves how the Whole Foods can help with a natural serotonin boost for the win. Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Because we in our Smart Choice community do talk a lot about nutrition, and so I love that you brought that in because food is medicine, basically. I mean, it really is.
Yep.
Food is medicine, exercise is medicine. They're both very valuable things that we overlook a lot of times in
Mhm.
understanding how to take care of ourselves and have health. So let's talk about now, how does repeating habits and rewarding help us to rewire our brains to make that healthy living easier?
So, right. So we're going to put it all together now. So we're going to put all these habits and tricks and tips and whole foods and journaling. We're going to put it all together into shift perspective. So we're shifting out of feelings of anxiety and we're shifting to a lighter perspective of situations we can control. Your brain loves patterns and rewards. When you do something consistently, like starting your day with a healthy smoothie or starting your day with a couple other things I'm going to go over, it becomes a routine your brain craves. And the more you reward it with the dopamine and add that little check mark, gold star to our charts, to our trackers, the more dopamine you're doing. You pair that with the small rewards, like watching your favorite show or after a workout, you do something, to celebrate the workout, not food reward, unless of course it's your shake, your Shackley shake, you can have that. Um, and over time, these little habits add up and soon they feel as natural as brushing your teeth. And a lot of times, we actually like to talk about putting some of these routines into our morning habits. So in the habit of brushing our teeth, do we have a positive affirmation up on the mirror? In our morning habit of brushing our teeth, are we completely aware and focusing our brain on the sensation, the taste of the mint toothpaste, the foaminess, are we hitting all the quadrants of our teeth? Are we on our 2-minute timer? Totally focusing your brain on that function is moving us out of the anxiety side of our brain and into the sage side of our brain, that PQ stuff, that positive intelligence stuff. When we add that into our morning routine, it starts the day. And now you're more set up for the day. You've built in the habits. Your brain is craving these habits, like the healthy smoothie every morning, like drinking water first thing out of bed, not coffee, right? So it signals your body to a positive start. Stretching or moving, just a little, when dogs get up, you see them stretch. They shake their body. They do the downward dog, they stretch the back. Cats do the same thing, right? You do the cat-cow thing. So they stretch. It's humans. When's the last time you did this? Like a dog, right? It's awesome. Yeah, just shake it out, right?
You feel
Shake
good.
it off. Shake it off.
I love it.
You set an intention. Now here we're back to journal again. You're setting an intention. You're writing it down. One habit. I'm going to eat one veggie today. One thing. That's it. Just write down one thing. I'm going to eat one veggie. And then you get to check it off when you do it. Right? Add a healthy ingredient. I'm going to add kale today. Add a healthy ingredient. Just one thing. That's all it takes is one thing consistently over time. Prep in advance for your food prep, your meal prep. I'm sure you guys talk about this all the time. I hate it. I'm terrible at it. I put it on. I put it on here because it's important, but I don't do it. Mindful eating, so that engaging all your senses when you're eating, that like engaging all your senses while you're brushing your teeth. First thing in the morning, you're engaging all your senses. When you wash your face, you feel the warm water, the soap, the foam. All your senses engaged in that feeling of the moment sets the day positive.
Because those things affect our brain chemicals.
Yes.
That's
it's giving the serotonin of the calm and happy. It's giving the dopamine hit of, oh, this is fun. I like this. I'm checking it off my list. And you're building it into the habit of your morning routine. So what your morning routine looks like sets the whole day, basically. Use a timer to take a stretch break. Use a timer to set up a mini walk. Pomodoro, that's my app, Pomodoro. Use your timer to set up break times when you're working.
For those that don't know, let's stop and sidetrack and talk about that a minute. I find it very effective. So can you tell a little more about what is the Pomodoro method? What does that mean?
The Pomodoro is an app, and it's actually named after the tomato, Pomodoro tomatoes. And you get little tomatoes, which is, again, reward. I get little tomatoes. You get little tomatoes every time you do a focused workout session. Then it says, so you can set the timer for as long as you want, like 25 minutes. I don't recommend anything more than 50 minutes. 25 to 50 minutes focus session. Do whatever you're going to do. Answer your email, post your content, record your content, go to work, talk to so-and-so, have a meeting with so-and-so. And then it says, focus session's over, take a break. And then it also says, equally as challenging, break's over, back to work. And then back to work you go. And then you can also take a long break of 15 minutes. And that's when, especially if you work from home, this is really exciting because now you can throw in a load of wash. You can take that stretch break. If you're in the office, take the stretch break, walk around, walk to the restroom, take movement, get some movement in your day in between your work sessions. Any kind of just, stretch it out, stand and do some stuff to get your body moving. And that is the Pomodoro app.
So helpful. The timer is so helpful for helping me be efficient also. So, as far as working, saying, okay, I'm going to get this done in 20 minutes. And I use 20 is a good number for me. With that timer, I just am so much more efficient. So I love that. I love that. And when I used to work at a wellness center and we'd have people who would sign up for it's like a gym, when you would sign up to come exercise, and then they wouldn't show up, and it was my job to help them with retention. So I'd call them up. I said, can you just come in for 15 minutes? And if they came in for 15, they wound up staying longer. So
Yep.
I think there's something that at play with the brain chemicals there too. So yeah, 15 minutes. Anybody, you can do anything for 15 minutes, right?
Right.
I
Right.
love
Which,
it.
and that's a great way to do the movement and the stretching for 15 minutes is get that
Yes.
in for 15 minutes.
Yes.
And that helps your body overall energy for the day. And of course, using small rewards, non-food rewards, writing down your sleep, your gratitude. And then there's a sleep thing I want to just go over real quickly. So sleep is an issue. Sleep is an issue as we get older. Sleep is an
Yeah.
issue with hormones, menopause, perimenopause, hot flashes, all that stuff. So there's a wind down process for sleep, and that you might have to adjust this on the timing. I know I have to adjust it because it doesn't work out for my timing. But so it's called the 3-2-1 method. And if you're familiar with Brendan Burchard, then you know this. This is not something new. So 3-2-1, 3 hours before bed, no food, no snacks, nothing. Right? And not even water, because we don't want to get up and have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, because that's another thing that creeps up on us as we get older too, right? Nothing, no food, no snacks, no water before bed. 3. 2, no work 2 hours before bed. The 1 is no screens at all. No screens before bed, 1 hour before bed. So no phone, no iPad, no desktop, no television, no nothing. And you're like, oh my God, what am I doing for this hour before bed? Well, what am I going to do? Well, you're going to stretch. You're going to clean up the kitchen. You're going to do some gratitude. You're going to journal. You're going to prepare for the next day. You're going to get your clothes ready. But you're not doing any work. Don't look at your planner before bed, because then that gets your brain going before bed. Don't do that. So you're just going through your routines. You're winding down. And you can actually you can set a timer on your iPhone in the health app for wind down time. And it actually dings at you. Boop, boop, boop. Tells you time to get ready for bed. When I'm out with my friends and it's a little bit late at night, my phone goes off and they're like, oh, time for Kathy to go to bed. Her timer just went off. So I don't turn it off. I just leave it on. But sometimes we're out late, so we don't go to bed. But that 3-2-1 rule. So 3, no food and snacks. 2, no work. 1, no screens. And that gets us ready. And of course, the dark room, the cool room, the no lights, the no little blinky red and blues and greens from all our devices. Actually charge your phone outside your bedroom. Do not have your stuff in your bedroom with you charging. There's a whole electromagnetic thing that goes on with that. But yeah.
I'm stepping on all my toes today.
Yeah. Get your charger out of the bedroom. Yeah.
All of these, the sleep things. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just something I haven't, like, as far as no screen time, all that good stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm not there yet. So,
Well, it's strict. And then when
yeah.
Brendan describes it and goes over it, he is like, it is non-negotiable. I mean,
Uh,
it is non-negotiable, the 3-2-1. And I'm like, okay.
but help me here, because
Mhm.
okay, obviously I'm admitting here on camera in front of all my friends
Me
that
too.
this is probably one of my greatest weaknesses. But yet I'm also, because of the rewards, like I don't have trouble sleeping. I get a good night's sleep. So I'm not like, oh, I've got to do this. But what are the benefits? Let's say I did get rid of my screen time before bedtime. So that would be my big weakness. Then what? What would
Your
be my reward for that? What are the
your
benefits?
reward would be, well, if you're not having problems sleeping and you're having a good night's sleep, and God bless you, and you're probably few.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if anybody's having issues with their sleep quality, staying asleep, going back to sleep, getting up and going to the bathroom, coming back and going back to sleep, those issues are because our brains are they're still going. I
Mm,
mean, never go to bed with anything in the background, a TV or anything like that in the background. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Um, White noise if you have to have it, or run a fan if you need to
mm,
have a little bit of noise, like in the
mm,
background. But our brains are just on all the time, and we
mm.
don't want them on. And so
Right.
if we're taking all that we're taking all those decisions we just made while we were scrolling. We're making 5,000 decisions on, do I like this? Do I not like this? Am I going to watch it? Am I not going to watch it? 6 seconds. Okay, scroll. And
It's a
your
lot of
brain,
dopamine too.
it is dopamine hits, right?
Rewarding that behavior, which is not necessarily the best behavior before bed. Yeah.
Right. And you're making a lot of decisions. Your
Mm,
brain is, and subconsciously, you're making
act-
tons of decisions right before bed, which you don't want to be making. You want to be
no.
stretching, relaxing, calming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but God
Nice.
bless you for not having sleep problems. Good for
But
you.
I'm very mindful of what I'm watching before I go to sleep. So it always has to be comedy, like
Nothing
comedy.
negative, right? Nothing
Yeah.
heavy, right?
No heavy, no news, nothing like that, but comedy and something funny, something light to help me to sleep. So, and then I
Mhm.
also have an app that goes with my Aura Ring that
Mhm.
has, if I am like having a lot on my mind, I'll put there's a meditation and there's one I really
Mhm.
like. And so I feel like my brain now knows, okay, when that comes on, you're going to go to sleep. But it's
Absolutely.
a
You've trained
little,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
I've trained it. Yeah. So that,
You've
so
learned
there's,
that habit.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Well, that was very, very helpful. Do you have anything else on helping us to create our healthy habits and make them stick?
The basically I love the morning routine and the morning ritual and the things to get us started for the day, and that's setting the tone for the day and being in your sage side of your brain and your wisdom and your innovate, and not being in left side brain of negative self-talk, of hyperachiever, of criticalness, of, oh, I got to get this done. And
Mhm.
we're in stress mode as soon as we wake up about our to-do list and our
Mm,
plan and what's happening. So those that aspect of the left side, right side brain is part of the neuroscience that works with positive intelligence, and that's what I use in my system to help with coaching through any kind of adversity. But as far as our healthy habits, it is all about consistency and keep it simple.
yes.
Pick one or
Okay.
two things. You can't do, I had 10 things on here that you could do. Pick two, pick
Right.
three. What are you
Right.
going to do? What are you willing to do? What are you
Mhm.
really going to do? Not all 10. Okay. Pick five. Right now, what are you really going to do? Okay, pick three. Okay, now you're going to do those three, and then that's it. And then create the habit, create the tracker, the chart, the gold star, that, drink water, those things. Pick three, pick four things, add one vegetable to your day. Keep it simple. The
Right.
simpler, the better.
Yes, we
Mhm.
encourage that in our Smart Choices community. It's always one small change, create a habit around that, and then
Yep.
build. So I love this conversation. It's just been
Perfect.
fabulous, fabulous. So I just want to summarize a little bit, what some great nuggets. If you're watching live or the replay, in the comments below, put your golden nugget. What did you get out of today? Something that you feel like will make a difference for you. Or just celebrate Kathy for coming on and sharing these things with us. Yeah. So the thing we learned is small wins matter, right? One change, small win, it matters. Your brain, a second thing we learned is your brain wants patterns. So create ones that serve you. And so those were your morning routines that Kathy talked about, or your evening routines, or using a timer in your during your workday to help you with things. Get those patterns. And then the third thing we took away is add some fun into this, because that is key to enjoying the process of creating healthy habits. And I want to add one more, that if you're needing some help and accountability, or partners, or like-minded people, like, you also need a community, like having an accountability partner or a community. And that's what we do in the Smart Choices community. So I want to extend an invite to join us there. I'll drop some info on that in the notes below. So now I want to talk about, Kathy has a special offer for you. So if you're feeling inspired or you want to dive deeper into this, Do you want to tell them what you have to offer? You've got 2 things you're giving away today.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yes, there is a free saboteur assessment to let you know what negatives are driving you. So what are your negative driving forces? The judge we all have. Are you a perfectionist? Are you a people pleaser, victim, avoider? What is your primary negative go-to? So when the stress is on, what rears its head and starts talking to you and telling you what to do or what not to do, or you're not good enough, or you suck, or you can't do this because you're not smart enough. All those things. And we identify that in the assessment, which is free. And then I add on to that, and I want to offer that to add on to a 50-minute free coaching call to unpack that. So, okay, here's your assessment. This is what your negative voices are. Now let's talk about how that's affecting your life, relationships, professional, personal. How is that affecting the people around you? How is that affecting how you deal with stress, anxiety? How is it affecting your health? Because so much anxiety can affect our health and can be seen in unhealthy outcomes of getting sick, high blood pressure, all those things that we're not taking care of ourselves if we are in this constant negative state. And then how do we get to the positive sage side of our brain? So those are my 2 offers. I believe, Carlos, you're going to drop that link below on how to get that. And you sign up in my calendar for the coaching call. And the saboteur assessment comes up as a blue link in the bottom once you get on my calendar. And again, that's all free, complimentary, just for you guys, just for the Smart Choices community. If you want to join that, for Carla's friends and family on Facebook, I welcome you. And please reach out to me. I would be more than happy to go over that with you. And there's no strings attached. If coaching works out for you and you think that's a good fit for you, wonderful. If not, and you learn what you need to learn and take away, super.
What a very generous gift. Thank you, Kathy. That's
Absolutely.
wonderful. So do you have a website that
I
we can
do.
just say, like,
Yep. Runyourlife.biz.
there you go.
Easy.
Runyourlife.biz. Go check her out there. So as I said, I want to invite everybody not only to take advantage of Kathy's offer, but we have an offer for you as well. We would love to invite you to join the Smart Choices community where we talk about simple, sustainable ways to improve your health and well-being. So if you're ready to surround yourself with people to uplift and inspire you and to get great content like we just shared today, I'd love to have you join us. And that link will be below as well. So if you got value from today's conversation, let us know in the comments. And I have to say, this was a little challenging to do the comments at the same time, but they're coming in and I'm finding them. So Wendy just said this was epic gold. Our mutual friend Wendy, yes. Laura said consistency is always the win. And Daphne said, thank you, Kathy. And that she did our hashtag wellness simplified. That's our thing motto. Pick 2 or 3, but don't try to tackle everything at once. She really liked that. Wise words. Dixie said screen time's a big struggle for her as well, so she totally related. Daphne loves a great sleep routine. So these are some of the comments that we have coming in now. I know we'll have more coming in. Drop them in there even if you're watching the replay, because we will go back and answer your questions or just comment and just thank you so much. So Kathy, I want to thank you so much for being here, sharing your wisdom and experiences. I want to thank everyone who tuned in today. We appreciate you. And if you found this valuable and you know someone this would help, please share it out. Let's get the word out near and far and wide. Now let's go out there and start forming some healthy habits that stick.